What's up, reptile fans? Dave Palumbo here from Muscle Serpents Daily, and we're back, and we got some stuff to look at today, and we got some science to talk today because I had a really bad boa litter. This is probably the worst boa season I've ever had, and I had a litter of what looked to be gray boas when they were being delivered. I think they were a little immature or premature, possibly, and they just didn't make it. I don't know. They looked, like I said, underdeveloped. Some of them had some kinks in it, but they didn't absorb their yolk sac. So rather than just throw the whole thing out immediately like I normally would because I would be depressed, I decided to show you guys what happens when a boa is born right before it absorbs its yolk sac and what that actually means. Because a lot of people don't even know what it means. And this happens with all the snakes. With ball pythons and pythons, they're doing it inside the egg so you don't see it. With boas, they'll do it actually after they're born. And that's what they use as nourishment. And a lot of people don't realize how much nourishment they're actually absorbing through that umbilicus. And that's why you really don't need to feed these things immediately as soon as they're born. And even after the first shed, you can wait a little bit of time. And lately I've been waiting a lot longer than I normally do because it creates hunger in these snakes and they seem to eat better. So we'll take a look at that. And then we're going to take a look at a good clutch that actually put me in a good mood. Okay, so I had the bad mood, good mood, and then we'll look at a potpourri of some other stuff that popped up as well. All right, let's check it out. All right, I'm over here. I got my black pastel pied. I got to show you guys the other day the new litter, the panda pied litter, or almost panda pied litter we had. This was actually the dad of that litter. And he also just sired another litter we're going to look at. And this clutch, I keep using clutch and litter interchangeably. This girl was supposed to go last year. She never went. And she finally went. This is a banana het pied. So I bred her to this guy here. And we're going to try to produce black pastel banana pies because those are awesome. They're purple. They're just super cool. They stay cleaner. And so this is a really unexpected clutch because I didn't think she was going to go. But she, by all tokens, she hasn't eaten in like 5 months. She shed completely out of cycle. You know, usually they shed, 30 days later they lay. Didn't happen. No rules. This snake went by absolutely no rules. You could never have predicted she was going to shed, other than the fact that she wouldn't eat. Now we got a nice clutch of eggs here. Look at this. And they look good too. They're not like slugs. So we probably have, wow, what do we have? About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 eggs in there. And so that's a great clutch. He did good. I saw locks earlier in the season, but way early, and then nothing. It's weird, and that just goes to show you there's no rules, don't give up, and these snakes do whatever they want. That's the bottom line. All right, I had to bring her outside because she's looking such a spectacular creature after giving birth. She's held her mass. You know, this is something I want to talk about, and I've talked about it before. It's amazing how snakes that don't eat for a long period of time can maintain their body mass. I mean, she just laid 8 eggs. She hasn't eaten for over 6 months, this snake. And she doesn't look that bad. I mean, she's not even that hollowed out. She's a little hollowed out, but she's got good size. And that's because, you know what? She's not a young snake. She is a 5-year-old snake. She's got a lot of muscle maturity on her. And snakes with that kind of muscle maturity that are not bred that young will recover much faster, I find. And that they don't need to eat because they know when they need to eat. If she would have wanted to eat, she would have ate something, but she didn't. And so I'm very happy that she gave birth to 8 beautiful eggs, and I'm sure she's going to bounce back pretty quickly from this. Hopefully she'll start eating come tomorrow maybe. All right, guys, here we got them. 8 gorgeous eggs, all with veins and embryos, and this will be a nice little litter here this will be a nice clutch of eggs, I should say. We'll wait 60 days, and I'm hoping we can produce more of these banana black pastel pies because that's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous pied combination. Banana pies are awesome when they're born, but the black pastels, I don't know, it just adds more purple to it. And I'm going to show you one I have from. This was, I think this was from 18. Look at this girl. She's still purple looking. And you know, bananas get the little bit of dots. This was a banana black pastel pied. I'm hoping she might breed this year for me. Terrible eater, but You know, they eat when they want. That's the truth. And when she was born, I mean, she was just purple saturated. And so hopefully we're going to produce a lot more of these. All right, we had a boa litter. Things are just not going well this year in the boa breeding business. I don't know why. I just haven't been getting too many good clutches. This unfortunately looks like a litter of a lot of dead boas, babies. It's weird. She carried them actually extra long, and you know there are some slugs in there, but they're all well formed. I just don't know why they didn't make it. They drown or what? I'm gonna open some of these sacks up and take a look and see if there's any survivors here, but I don't know. I just, they look a little, these snakes look a little like maybe premature. That's about the best that's the best I could put it. They didn't absorb the yolk sacs, nothing. So I don't know what's going on. I pulled out this disaster of a clutch. I don't know what's going on. The one snake that seems to actually be alive is the one that's the most deformed right here. I don't even know how it's alive, to be honest with you. But I wanted to demonstrate something to you. I want to show you guys something, because in every tragedy, sometimes there's some good that comes. I wanted to teach you guys. You see how twisted its spine is? I don't know. It's obviously, this is not going to make it a snake, but it is alive. I don't know how it's alive, but it's alive. And it didn't absorb its yolk sac. But I wanted to show you what happens. When these snakes are born, these boas, they're in a sac, okay? And when the sac is broken, they got a yolk sac that's connected to their umbilicus, which is similar to like the human. And this yolk sac is supposed to go inside this umbilicus. So that's a lot of energy right there. That's a lot of fuel that gets absorbed into the snake, and then that's what the snake eats off of. That's why a lot of people think they got to feed their snakes right away. You really don't, because this yolk sac has got a tremendous amount of energy in it, and they're absorbing this entire thing into their abdominal cavity to use for energy. Now, that's why it's important if you do pull your boas and they haven't absorbed the sac, to make sure the sac comes with it. I pulled a bunch of these boas here, but they look like they're underdeveloped is really what it amounts to. This one looks like is this one moving? I'm not really sure. I don't think so. I'm gonna put these in the incubator and see if they warm up, and you know they are a little chilly. This one is unfortunately not gonna make it. He's obviously deformed. This one looks like it's moving too. So yeah, this one's moving. This one's got some deformities too. I don't know what happened. Maybe something obviously went wrong. Look at this. All the ones with deformities are alive. The ones that actually look pretty good are not. And I don't know what happened here. This was a Sunglow female that was bred by a Sunglow het leopard. And I'm pretty sure that's the father. There was also a motley fire diamond in there with it too for a little while. See, look at this one. This never absorbed its yolk sac, this snake. That's why they look so skinny. And this one is not alive. This one's definitely dead. But I wanted to just show you this yolk sac at least, so we can, like I said, get some kind of learning out of it. And this is just, it's like the yolk in a chicken egg, you know, that's the fuel that it's going to use. And that gets absorbed right through into the abdominal cavity here. I don't know if we have anything else alive here, but just trying to pull out some of these snakes for you guys here. Why a litter will go full term and babies will come out and they won't live, I don't know. Or why they're deformed, who knows? You know, it's very hard to tell. This was a female that I bred. I'll show you in a minute. She was a virgin. She never had bred. She was slow grown. She's a 2014. She was like 7 years old. I mean, a lot of little deformities. So maybe it was better that these snakes didn't make it. I would have liked to have had one. Maybe that makes it. Let's see, is this one alive? This one's moving. So they're coming back. They're kind of waking up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how good this one is going to be, though. I got to inspect this one a little bit. None of these absorb the yolk sacs. This one looks like it broke off. This one's looks like it's hollowed out here on the bottom, if you see. There's definitely, like I said, either underdevelopment or premature birth. I don't know, or both. This one is moving, but it's not moving properly. It's a shame when you see this, because obviously these are going to have to be euthanized, and that kind of upsets me. Obviously, I breed snakes and I want them to to thrive and live. And I'm only showing you guys this because I want to show you sometimes things just don't go right, and I don't know why. The universe makes its own decisions on what it wants to do and what it doesn't want to do, I guess. This one doesn't look good. I'm trying to see if there's anything with movement here. When I pulled out, there's a lot of babies she had. She probably had 20-something babies. And then another 6 slugs, so it was not a small litter. And I don't know, maybe one got stuck, I don't know. Unfortunately, the ones that aren't alive are not doing too well. Once again, I'll put them in the incubators, see what happens, but of the ones that are alive. But not a good scene here. But I wanted to show you guys at least what it looks like, the yolk sac and how they absorb that and use that for nutrition. So don't take home messages. Don't worry about feeding your snakes. They can go probably a good month or more after they're born before they need to eat. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's little science tutorial. Sometimes out of tragedy, some good learning occurs. I've learned the most in my life from many, many different assets and facets of my life from failures, okay? You don't really learn from victories because you just celebrate, right? But failures, you have to go back and figure out what went wrong, and a lot of times you learn. I can't tell you how much I learned about computers when I first got my computer by all the things going wrong, and because for those of you who don't remember, back in the 90s when the computers came out, there was a lot of crap that went on. I was at the computer store back and forth, asking a million questions. But I learned about computers. Same thing about snakes. When things go wrong, you learn about your snakes even more, how to notice, key things, temperatures. I have an ultrasound machine for like a couple of years now, and I haven't even used it. I just started using that now, so I'll be giving you more tutorials on that as well. So there's different, things that you learn, and you're constantly learning, and you can't sometimes absorb everything at once. It's when the time is right. So when I see situations where I can kind of educate you guys a little bit, according to something that may have gone wrong in my collection, I'm going to do that. And that's what we did today. And luckily we have some great stuff hatching out and being born still. So we have a lot to tell you over the next couple of weeks. And you know what to do. If you want to keep up to what's going on here at the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit that like button. We'll see you back tomorrow morning.